Right, so we're just about to go live. I'll have a little spiel at the beginning just to introduce you guys and then maybe chat before the first couple of questions come in, because that usually takes just a tiny bit before anyone joins in. And
Hey, we're live.
right, so we're just about to...
I was like...
So we are live already.
We're live, yeah.
That's great. How are you doing, Ian?
Really good. Exciting, as always.
What did you think of the film?
What did I actually loved it. I wanted more at the end of it. Yeah, more in the sense being that I felt the timing was just perfect, and the reason being it left you wanting more. So no, I kudos to you guys. You guys done amazing. So
thank you.
Really well done to you guys.
Yes, as a little introduction, I guess, for the people who might not know, Ian has not only played John in the film, but he has also written the script. So duality in the role. We're just waiting for Annie to join us as well.
How good was Annie?
Really good.
How good was Annie? Really,
Annie
really
done
good.
amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because, like, obviously we've seen the film so many times that we know these things already, so they're not a surprise anymore. But it's great to hear other people say, like, oh yeah, and then we're like, yeah, it's a small reminder to, like, it isn't just normal to have a film that has such an amazing cast. So thank you guys for that.
Really good.
We have our first question about what happened to Ian's character, John, at the end of the film.
Well, first of all, it says great acting.
Sorry, yeah, great acting. Well done.
Thanks, man.
Golf clap.
What happened to you? Do you want to answer that?
Yeah, sure. So John was meeting his friend, so to speak. And it was more a case of him going to, get drugs. That was the kind of message behind it. He was going to buy drugs, and he was still using methadone and heroin, as he says. And he basically OD'd at the end, so he overdosed, which is unfortunate, but that's what happens, and that's a reality that Air Out Films and you guys wanted to show, and we wanted to keep that as true as we could. Between us all discussing about it, so you guys were a massive part of that as well. But it was the realism of how their life evolves around the small things, but these things are deadly. It's not like everyday life.
Thank you. That's Annie just joined us, obviously our main character of the story.
Hi, sorry.
Welcome, Annie.
Oh,
no worries. We all know the difficulties.
Hi.
Tech trouble.
Awesome, yeah.
Internet trouble.
We're just getting a second comment that says, great film, guys. Thank you very much. Yeah, I might just add to that. I mean, the ending, I've also had someone say, like, oh yeah, I had like a hunch that this would happen, but I wasn't exactly sure. And I think that's actually a really great compliment in terms of how we wrote the story and how we executed in the film. That we had these hints, as in, like, you going to see your friend. Is that just what it is, or by the third time do we know that it is significant in some way? And it's like also the question of, well, do you still take drugs? When Emma asks John, and there's like a complete avoidance of the question. I think that's we definitely tried to make it subtle. So it's not like on the nose, oh yeah, he takes drugs, but also not come completely out of the blue. So that was the thought.
Yeah, we got a congratulations on our work. So well done, everyone.
Thanks, Mom.
And my mum sends her congrats on your acting, Annie.
This is awesome.
Oh, thanks. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
yeah, we can hear you fine. Can you hear us?
Oh, good. Okay.
Easy.
How was it for you? Because this was your first...
Cutting out, I'm afraid. I can't really hear.
Alright, I'll type Jonas's question in the chat. Read the chat.
That's right. So my question is, how was it for you to act in your first lead character? Because if I know correctly, you've acted as an extra before on screen.
Question really
Is that
wrong.
to me?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's like cutting out
If
every
you
2 words or
read
something.
the chat, Annie, it's the questions there.
Okay. Okay. Should I answer on there or in?
No,
like,
no, we
No.
can hear
Yeah.
you fine. So hang on.
Yeah.
Oh, you can hear me fine. Okay, great.
Yeah.
So it was really weird seeing myself. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. It was really weird seeing myself on film for the first time because I've never acted in film that's not been kind of being an extra or something like that. So I think it's very different from acting on theater because you have to give a lot when you're on on stage. You have to project. You have to do a lot with your face and your emotions and your physicality. Whereas on film, you have to dial it right back to even less than you would give if you were being really subtle on stage. So that took a bit of getting used to, but it was a really valuable experience to learn how to do that through doing my first film and watching myself back and then learning from that.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
It's funny that you would say like you had to learn how to do that because I mean we did auditions for your part, so there were, I don't know how many people actually signed up for those. It was above 80?
85, I think, in the end.
Something like that. And there was like definitely a lot of people where you could tell like they did do a lot of theater ahead of time, and that is a different acting style. And I have to honestly say that I didn't have that feeling with you at all, like in terms of that you would have to learn that. It felt like that definitely came very naturally to you, which is very cool and not easy to do for sure, like to find those different styles. So yeah, that was really good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
We got a...
That's great to hear because yeah, I was a bit worried about it before I saw it, but yeah, I'm happy with it now. So
No, you're getting a lot of love in the comments as well. It's a lot of call outs.
We got goosebumps at the
I
end.
wish I could see them.
Yeah, and you were great, Annie.
Oh,
Yes, we should read them all out.
Yeah. Although a suspiciously named Lauren Rogers says, "Well done, Ian, you're my absolute favourite." No.
My number one fan.
Well done to all involved, so motive and really left wanting to see more. So
Ah,
there you go.
yeah.
Well done. They didn't actually mention you at all, so.
Oh,
But
we'll have
you
a
again,
conversation about that. John was great too. Yes. See,
There you
there's a
go.
little battle going on right now as to who did better in the film. I couldn't say myself. I just think that you guys both really nailed the characters. I mean, I think what makes the ending maybe as, I don't know, impactful as people would say is that yeah, there is a vulnerability in Emma's character, but also like we all come to like John, love John for the person that he is in trying to help Emma out. And so I think there's a nice, like, I don't know, connection that we feel with both of them and their hardships, I guess, and yeah.
I think that was one of the good things. Like, it was obviously amazing having you on set because you've been in TV for a while, and you kind of know the ins and outs and different things. And they kind of just give a shout out to the cameraman again and Leon, the assistant director, because with the lighting aspect, you could really see at different stages in the film where they were, and it's small things like that you just don't think of when you're on set. But with Annie's performance as well, with the vulnerability, you could really see how vulnerable she was and how naive to the street she was as well. And it was again, it's all a massive team effort, so everybody done really well. I'm just super stoked, and I think everybody done great. So
Cool.
and editing, Josh, don't forget Josh as well.
Yeah,
With the editing.
no, it's a lot of time.
Bravo, my friend.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time in front of the computer. looking at you guys and what you did.
Yeah, it was funny, like, coming, because obviously, like, when everyone's seeing it for their first time, and then I think we figured, I mean, we must have seen it, obviously, in its entirety, dozens?
Many times, yeah.
Yeah, but then looking at every single cut, and knowing, like, the ones that we chose, the ones that we didn't and stuff, and being surprised by what didn't make it in, because a lot that made it quite late on.
Mm.
And then we kind of retouched everything. So it's interesting to see. I don't know. It's really cool.
Maybe as a information for everyone watching, what Ian said right now is that our director of photography and my first assistant director both actually flew over from Germany to help out on this film. So massive thank you to Leon and Jonas for that. And yeah, that is actually one of the things I've heard the most so far, is that it looks good. The film looks good, and I think that's an incredible compliment to you, Jonas, for your work. I mean, we shot this film with no lighting whatsoever. The only thing we used was the sun and a square meter of styrofoam
It's
to bounce
the Revenant
the light.
approach to filmmaking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I think I myself think it looks incredible for what we had at our disposal. And yeah, so it's not just the cinematography, but also what he did in terms of color grading and just setting the mood that way. It feels, I think, I mean, this is also something that we try to go for. It feels very raw and as if we are on the street. It doesn't feel nice or clean or anything like that, and I think Jonas really, really helped make that happen.
Yeah, especially because we had...
great for the whole thing.
Yeah. No, because like there are certain shots we did use a gimbal for and stuff, and we had access to that for the entire shoot, but I think the choice not to use it for everything was definitely a good one, because it would have looked too thin. Just some comments before they get away.
Yeah.
So, Annie, someone wanted to give you a hug and a home at the end of the film.
Oh.
Well, that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah. I love John, but 12 years, next time get help.
Hello.
Exactly.
Invisible to the rest of the world, and that's what a lot of homeless people say it's like. And I know Ilse is very annoyed by the ending, because it is a little ambiguous. And it is written ambiguously, whether or not Annie gets a house in the end. And personally, the way I've always read it is that I could be super cheesy here and say, like, essentially the help she gets is the real world help that is available to homeless people. And there are some flaws in that system, and there is a lot of good that can be done in that system. So I think it could go either way. But
I think,
Ian, as
I like
the writer,
to believe somewhere.
Yeah, I like to think it ends happily, but Ian, as the writer, did you have an idea of where you wanted it to go?
Yeah, so it has to end happy. I mean, it's one of these ones where we had a lot of help in terms of the story for it by a guy called Jim as well. If he's watching, like, hi and thank you to Jim as well. But with the way that Jim spoke, it was a case of, some people want to help and some people choose not to. So my character in the film never wanted the help. He was happy to hold on to Emma and, have that friend there. He was just happy having a friend. He's been in his own for 12 years. You can imagine how lonely that must be. So he didn't really want to get her the help or push her towards the help. So with the ending, Emma's a sensible girl, headstrong, and she knows what she wants, and she knew she wanted help from the start, and she was just led down the wrong path by John, and she definitely gets help. So well done. But
right.
There is some. There's definitely flaws. I think one of the things that we tried to do, and this was all discussed with all of us as well, was the idea behind the film was just to get people talking about the issue rather than us saying, well, this is how it is. Whether you love the film or whether you never enjoyed it or you think it's wrong or incorrect, it's basically for you to have an opinion of it and then to get people really speaking about it. That was the kind of main goal of this film, was to get people speaking about it and, as I say, air it out films never shied away from that aspect. So the two guys sitting there, you know, they never hid behind anything. Everything was there for you guys to see.
Thanks.
So
yeah, I mean that was definitely a difficult part of developing the film. Is obviously also thinking about our own position in making films like that and talking about these topics. And I think something that we all came to realize while shooting as well is our own privilege in the situation to tell the story, and how we can't make judgments. And I think that's definitely an approach that we took, is to not do that, because it would be wrong. And therefore I think I'm also a bit on Josh's side with, like, we don't know the ending. It's like it could be either way, and we're not going to say that John's path for not getting help is wrong, because it works for him. He is happy with the situation that he's in, otherwise he would try and change it. And Emma simply isn't, and that's why she goes and looks for help. And yeah, I think it was for us definitely a thing of, like, trying to tread that line of, like, there are different ways there, and it's always an individual experience and situation. And yeah.
In terms of the comments, we've got a feedback from a person who's on the streets for years. He liked it and shared his story with me. Amazing portrayal of your story. So that's pretty good.
That's really, really good, yeah.
Ian was amazing. It's such a relief to see him alive and happy.
Sorry, it keeps cutting out for me. I'm not sure if these are aimed at me or not, but I can't hear a lot of what's being
Don't
said.
worry,
So
it's all
kind of
Ian
going
praise
off the odd
right
word
now.
here and there.
Oh, we've been spammed by a bot.
Sorry?
There you go. Don't worry. Elsa says she wasn't annoyed by the ending. She just really likes happy ones. Sarah Montgomery chimes in. Hey guys, congrats so much for the film and all the amazing feedback you've had. My question is, do you have a favourite memory of the filming?
To clarify, Sarah is one of the group,
bullies.
The bullies, yes, that's what we called them. In the end, she's one of the bullies. So thank you very much for helping out first.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
totally.
Do you have a favorite memory of filming?
I have a favourite memory of filming. I mean, so I wasn't on set every day. We decided to film the film somewhat stupidly a week before exams, or my exams, not yours. You were done. So I spent a lot of the time coordinating things behind the scenes. But I think my favourite memory was having 2 laptops in front of me. One of them was my philosophy notes, and one of them was the daily schedule while everyone was filming, and making sure that everything was running and ticking along on time.
We have an amazing photo of that. I think we'll
yeah.
post that soon, because it is a hilarious picture and very well captured.
What I did that day, yeah. No, I think,
Crazy
to be
situation.
honest, it's really nice to see it all come together. Because obviously, like, I stared at the footage for tens of hours at least. And then to finally have the film out and hear what you guys think and what everyone else thinks is really awesome. To see. What about you? Do you have a favourite moment on set?
I think it will have to be the last day of shooting, when that was actually the first time that we sat Annie down just in a busy pedestrian area and went away with the camera to get a very long shot of her sitting there, which is, I think, the very first shot of the film, actually. And just having that shot with people walking by ignoring her, and there were a few people that came up to her to offer help, and it was incredible to see that these people that offered help were all people that either were homeless themselves or had been homeless at some point. And that was definitely one of those moments of realization that it's incredible. I mean, we had James walk up to us, and he's also credited in this film because it was incredible. He was a real life John who came up to Annie as she was sitting there and really offered his help genuinely, and he stayed with us for a few hours while we were shooting there. And that was, I think I'll never forget that, because it was incredible to see this guy just being so selfless. And to hear his story, yeah, I think that was really, really powerful. Yeah.
I think that the people of Glasgow were so kind of instrumental to the filming process. A lot of the people that we actually got to speak to while we were filming, and it gave me, I mean, I already had a lot of faith in people who live in Glasgow, but it really proved to me how amazing and caring a lot of these people are and how willing to help they are. And there was that scene where Clements, the actor's Clements, kicks over Ian, and the bully scene. And it wasn't used in the film, but there was this old woman who came over, didn't realize we were filming, and came over and helped Ian up. And helped him and walked him over and was going, oh, those are horrible kids and stuff like that. And she was genuinely just thought she was helping like a homeless man. And it was just so sweet and so lovely and really just showed what people in that area were all about. It was lovely.
Yeah.
I must admit, I had a good laugh watching that scene over because the camera is right there. How she didn't notice, I don't know.
Yeah.
She might actually be in the film, but just the part where she's like walking away and then she turned around to come back.
Came back to help.
Yeah.
Oh right, I noticed that.
Ian, do you have a favourite filming memory?
Yeah, exact same one as Annie, and the reason being because that I mean, like I can't believe I never used the kick. Actually, to be fair, the knee, my chest was killing me. Like my chest was like, man, I can't breathe. But it was the same bit where the lady came up because she was small, maybe 5 foot and older, and there was 3 guys over the top of me, and she came up and she was like, right, you know, away you go, glass region stuff coming out of my mouth. And she was like, are you okay, son? I'm like, yeah. I said, we're filming. And it was just so real to know that someone self in harm's way to help someone else. It's just the usual Glasgow spirit. So I would say that's definitely the highlight for me. The low light, I would say, would probably be when we were lying down. If Annie can remember us lying down.
Yeah.
The smell.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
rough.
John's spot was definitely everything but comfortable.
But that's the point. I think we've been asked, Annie, if you can hear us, what your plans are going forward.
Yes.
Because we know Ian is going into writing, but they've asked, what are you up to? I will type it as well.
Sorry, can you repeat that? It cut out in the middle.
I'll type it.
Can you hear me?
Yep, read it.
Okay. Okay, sorry about this. I'm trying desperately to get you guys to move, but it's Wi-Fi troubles. So my plans going forward, I'm just working this year, waiting for everything to kind of blow over. But my plans for the future are to do just as much acting as I can, really, and hopefully go to a drama school, back up again, and hopefully go to one where there's not 24/7 online teaching or anything like that. Like once everything gets to the point where we can do physical scenes and stuff like that again, I'd love to go to a drama school and just try and continue doing as much acting as I can. I'd love to do another film because this is the first one I've done, obviously, and I really enjoyed it, and it was so different from doing stage, which I do quite a lot, but I would love to mix it up and just get better at film acting as much as I can over the next few years. But obviously it's quite difficult given what's going on at the moment. So.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Awesome. That sounds really good. And we wish you best of luck.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, no, he said, Clemens, our bully, said he loved the look of the film. Well done, everyone.
Well done, Clemens.
Yeah. He just says, love to see the characters also had fun living on the streets. They also had their ups and downs. I think that was really important that we gave the character, like the montage especially, where you guys kind of grow a bond.
Yeah.
It was good. So it's not just crap.
Yeah, I think showing that is perhaps not that they are having fun with the situation, but they have fun in the community. And with the people they are with, and I think that is quite important, and you will see that quite a lot is just the people helping each other out. I think that is incredibly important for the homeless community. is helping each other out. So yeah, very, very important that we show that as well.
We've been asked what our next project is as well by Clemens.
Oh.
I think it's
Sequel.
Yeah. Does she get the house? Will we ever know?
Is John dead?
John's definitely dead.
Okay.
He's like Wolverine. He just comes back. Oh man. No, I think it's fair to say that this the COVID situation's kind of put a spanner in the works for us anyway. I think earliest we'll film another thing will be next summer, realistically. That would be
there
fair.
are a lot of regulations that are going on, and we'd like to do a film properly, and that just means that we'll have to either put in a lot of effort to work around these regulations or have to wait.
I think end of the day, if you see anything filming right now, like they're doing tests, for people at the start of every week, sometimes like temperature tests every day. And then the Batman got shut down because Robert Pattinson got COVID, and it's like, and I think our scale, we can't really afford those kind of shutdowns and stuff. So it doesn't make sense for us. That doesn't stop us planning. But in terms of any official word of anything coming, I think next summer will be earliest from us.
That's a message, kids. If Batman can get it, you can get it too. So wear a mask.
Well, he's actually fine, and Batman's mask only covers the top half.
So silly.
It's like the exact opposite of what you want.
You'd want to be Spider-Man or Iron Man better even.
Yeah, 'cause at least it pops up so you can get your like latte.
Awesome.
I'd just like to say that my internet seems to be back. I mean, touch wood, but I can see you moving now, so and I can hear you all the way through your sentence. Not to jinx it, but just to let you know, I shouldn't be pausing
back.
so
No
much
more
anymore.
typing.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. We've removed the 40 limit time limit on your group meeting. Sweet.
Love
We've
it.
actually we don't
It
have
says to me that
Yeah, because Zoom usually limits us to 40 minutes, but
and we're all cheap, and we didn't buy Zoom Pro.
we didn't.
What?
I know.
Says it
it says to me that it's been upgraded.
Yeah.
I think we get that through the university. Thank you
Cool.
for sponsoring
Thanks, you.
this
Yeah,
video.
the University of Glasgow. Bruce says your story was amazing, Jonas, and he's in tears. So there you go.
Yeah, I felt the same way when it happened.
But not now.
I'm clearly not in tears at the moment, but I still feel strongly about the memory.
Annie, you're wished well. You deserve success, and the film should be great for your portfolio.
Oh, I do
Oh,
hope
that's
so.
lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, man.
Honestly, that's one of my biggest.
Oh no, it's paused again.
We can still hear you. That's okay.
No, but that's
Okay.
one of my
I
biggest
just didn't know what
wishes
you just said. Sorry.
and concerns is like, yes, I do want to make a film that is also good and presentable for everyone in it. Because if I fail on my account, then that's just like my bad. But obviously, as producers and directors,
No, you did great.
Thank you. That's good. That's good. I hope you both can use that for future reference and benefit. And yeah, I think
It
you
was
guys did
mentioned in the
really well.
comments. But Ian, what are you doing moving forward?
Moving forward, I am speaking to a couple of agents in London about writing. I'm trying to sell a couple of films and see where it goes. So yeah, I'm the writing's a key aspect for me. That's always been something that I've wanted to do and act as well. I was lucky enough to be given a chance to act. So this was my very first time I've ever acted. I've never been to college or anything. I've never really done anything like that before. So it was a massive opportunity for me. And I think you can tell in some of the parts what was new and then what was older.
My family couldn't tell you've never acted before at all. They thought you were really good.
I love you guys. I love you guys.
I have
But-
to say, I mean, just going off of that, I have to say, like, yes, obviously we have way more material than what was shown in the film, and there are some shots where you can tell that you are nervous, or like, yes, it is the first day, and we all have to get to know each other, and that kind of stuff. But I think that we also very much use that to our benefit, because in terms of the character, John would be a little awkward in certain situations, because he has been alone for so long, and he probably has little social contact, and so if that does translate from you being nervous while acting, then I think that's great, and so I definitely think, like, whatever it was, we made it work. I think you played the part really, really well.
That's one thing that I said. You know, it's amazing what you can do with a camera with you guys, because you guys certainly made me look like I could act. So it's again.
You did it all yourself.
No, not at all. I can assure you. But you guys were amazing, and it's a writing and acting. That's where I'm trying to go. But the writing's the key aspect for me. But there's a couple of things in the pipeline, but I will definitely keep me posted. Hopefully, I'll have something by next year.
John's Revenge.
You guys. On Society.
Oh dear.
Like a prequel.
Yeah.
No.
I thought you liked my acting, and now you're saying no. What?
No, I imagine setting a film like 12 years ago. It'd be paying because you'd have all the cars in the background, all the phones. Like, I think it's that kind of middle ground of like no one can have an iPhone, which must be really hard to do. The makeup.
You know, iPhones were out 12 years ago.
Just.
I'm a little bit older. iPhones were quite big back then too, you know.
The makeup team's getting a shout in the comments. Which they did really well.
Actually, a funny story how we got to have a makeup team overall. I mean that goes even back to how this film really happened overall, is that Josh and Ian were colleagues, and I think Ian, if I remember that correctly, you chatted up a person about the film that we were developing, and they happened to be a makeup teacher. Yeah.
That's right. So she was in for a television, and I am, as everybody that knows me knows, I'm definitely not shy to speak about my writing and anything that I'm doing. The reason being, I think, because I spoke to a lady and a man that were buying a car from me as well, and I told them that we had a film coming out, and the lady wrote it was just small novels, small children's books, but she said she was always scared to tell people what she wrote because she's not had anything published. But again, it's one of these things where I think you have to put yourself out there in order for people to know who you are and for people to speak and then network. But that was what it was, and to this day I still tell everybody and show every customer I get the trailer for the film and tell everybody about it. But that's what it was. It was basically just saying that, you know, we were starting a project, and that you know, there was big cast and crew, and the girl said that she had a team of people at our college who needed to do an assignment with a film. And then I passed over to Josh. Well, I actually walked the lady right over to Josh and said, "Here you go. This is Josh. He is a producer on the film. So this is a makeup artist. I'll leave you guys do it. Have fun." And that was it.
Yeah, we funded the film by selling fridges.
In some way or another.
Yeah.
So we had Shannon and Audrey, a pair of sisters who are makeup artists, and they did a fantastic job. I think they also very much grew into the role together with our director of photography. They had many discussions about how much powder was needed and wanted and adjusted to the
makeup
situation.
Shiny.
No, I think
Yeah,
It is
shiny.
it is really interesting to see because obviously I think if you look at people in front of the camera, you'd say, my gosh, they have so much makeup on, it's very visible. But in the camera, it doesn't really show as much. And I think that's also for me very interesting to learn and see from behind the camera because yeah, my previous engagements with film, I would always be the one wearing makeup. Yeah, no, that was really really cool, and also to see like the amount of enthusiasm people that like had nothing to do with the film just brought instantaneously to be like, yeah, I'm in, and I'm gonna give this my all. It's really really
I
cool.
think the dedication, the girls proper dedicated herself as well. Like they were there at 2 a.m. when we were there at 2 a.m, and you know there was really a lot of work, and I can't emphasize that enough when I say, you know, we were there all days, all weather, all times, and you know, Annie shot a lot more than what I did, but the dedication is just unbelievable for everybody what done it and to make it what it is. And I think although the film's 32 minutes long, there's a lot of time and dedication from all the guys, and Annie, you shot a lot more than me, so again, dedication from you and Jonas and Josh sitting watching the scenes.
Wasn't doing a thing.
Is this
You made
even
the
the makeup
sandwiches
girls?
as well.
Huh?
Hello?
Sorry.
No, what did you
You made
say?
the sandwiches as well.
I did. I made
You bet
everyone's
everyone.
food. I made everyone's food.
Josh was
Even
head
had a
chef.
snack.
No, but I think that's
Yeah.
also incredibly valuable for us because you go in thinking, oh, we're gonna make a film, without really knowing how much comes with it, and that was a whole process of learning. Like, yeah, we're gonna organize an audition, and then you suddenly have a spreadsheet with 80 plus people in it, and you have to respond to them and figure out timing and those things, and then you have a crew of 10 people that you need to feed and get on set at the same time.
Yeah, even just like coordinating parking.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, some of the days we filmed some stuff in Uddingston, which is just outside of Glasgow, and then we'd hike over to the centre of town, and there's no real buses or stuff like that. We had a lot of kit to lug about, so organising all of that was, yeah, it was a good challenge, but I think we overcame it perfectly.
Yeah. Definitely pulled together.
Yeah. No, I think, should we wrap? We're not getting any more questions, so...
Do you have any questions for
you
the
have any-
audience?
Yeah.
That's not gonna work.
What would you like to see?
Oh dear. But yeah, if anyone's watching this in the future, after we're no longer streaming, if you do have any questions, you can tweet us, Instagram us, Facebook us.
Leave them in the comments on this video.
Yeah, maybe we'll check it one day, who knows. But yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
We will.
we have a lot of videos. But yeah, do you guys have anything you want to say?
I want to thank everyone for supporting it and watching it. That means a lot. That's great. And for just coming on this as well and just generally supporting it. It makes it feel very worthwhile. I mean, it was great fun to film, so it's great knowing that people are watching it and appreciating it and supporting it now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ian?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, I've had a couple of private messages from people. You guys are expecting me to say something funny again, but it's the private message that people have gave is nice. So, just a shout out to the people that, you know, really. Some guys have wrote and said to us that the way they think and the way they will interact with homeless people moving forward will be different due to the film and what they took away from it. So I would like to say thank you very much again for supporting it and watching it. And it's, you know, spread the word. Whether it's a positive opinion or a negative one, the idea behind this film, as well agreed, was getting the conversation going for people to speak about it and draw it to the wider audience. So really thank you from the bottom of my heart, and thank you to Josh and Jonas again. And can I give a shameless shout out to one of my friends, Danny, who is on is it Twitch? I think it is. It's a
All right.
gaming site. Yeah, just shameless again, me promoting stuff as I do every day.
To the
Awesome.
okay.
Good stuff.
Sure.
No, I think we will wrap it up because those are two very, very beautiful statements. Obviously, in terms of the message of the film, and also just having done it for us, but to see it now get some traction a little bit, and the support of our friends and family, and hopefully some outsiders as well, has been really incredible in the past 2 days. And yeah, fingers crossed that we were able to continue that for a bit still. And yeah, I hope to see you guys very soon. Maybe in person someday.
Don't get carried away.
Maybe.
That's true.
Things you took for granted, eh? Things you
Yeah.
took for granted.
Exactly.
The
Yeah.
idea of being beside each other.
Good internet. That's what I took for granted.
Ah.
We were ready. Right. Well, thanks all for coming.
Yes,
And
thank you for
thanks
tuning in.
to everyone else for showing your support. It really means a lot to us. Yeah.